male midlife crisis remake. This is our topic today. Welcome to AB Lifetime, channel on mental health. If you are sick, if you do not feel good, it's very possible that you will be experiencing the midlife crisis. When I was 25, I was full of energy, had all this inspiration, and I was thinking that when I retire, I have my own business, I will be in great shape, and look at me. This is one of the main reasons of the crisis. Frustration, right? I'm just drinking beer and watching some shows just to stop all the thoughts in my head. Oh, look at Michael, he has this car and he already paid his house and he's already married. Who is this? Does this help me? No. I'm Anna Bobikova. I decided to remake this video because I made this video last year and I would say not satisfied with that video, with the quality of the video, not with me as a counselor, because I am almost the same as a counselor last year and this year. Yes, I'm growing, but the idea is the same of me as a professional. But the video quality, it's a little bit different. It's about how you can see it, what are the ideas there. I forgot to say something important there, so that's why I decided to remake. And I decided, even though I feel a little bit embarrassed about that video, but it's my professional growth not to delete that video, and I keep it on my channel so you can see the differences, and I can see them too. In the video, as usually in this series, we will see the case analysis, and then summary. You will get the idea what to do with this particular problem. As a reminder, I use psychodrama method mostly in my work, and you will get some ideas about psychodrama when in the case you will see this inner voice. That's what we're using in psychodrama. We are verbalizing inner voices too. Okay, enjoy the case. I don't know where to start. So I'm 44. I am recently retired from the Navy. I have divorced a couple of years ago. In last 10 years, I gained probably 100 pounds. Don't have any inspiration. Most of the time I'm just laying on the couch, drinking beer and watching some shows just to stop all the thoughts in my head. Did I want to have such life? When I was 25, I was dreaming, I was thinking that I will be in such a great shape. Like physically, I've never thought that I would be like this fat guy like my dad is. And my dad is 60 something right now. He looks better than me. I'm like couch potato. Oh, with this marriage, I don't know. I'm looking behind and I'm thinking, why the heck I married this woman? I didn't love her, she didn't love me, everybody unhappy right now, divorced, thanks God we have 2 kids, but kids don't like me. And when I was 25, I was full of energy, had all this inspiration, I wanted to, and you know, I started to serve Navy, and I was thinking that when I retire, I'll have my own business. Everything will be great. I thought that at least I will be a homeowner, at least I will be having this position or having the business. I will be in great shape, and look at me. I didn't want to be here. My only friend is a dog. Or sometimes I go to drink beer to the bars with my friends. That's all my life. And this guy, I would not retire. I would stay in Navy, but they brought this to make my boss this guy, which is younger than me. He doesn't know life, and he's my boss. I couldn't handle that. Jack, look at your friends. All your friends are successful guys. Look at Michael. His wife is beautiful, he has a very, very great family, and he's driving Tesla, and he's investing money into real estate, and he's traveling all over the world. Look where he is and look where you are. You're just loser. Oh. Case analysis. I will tell you the biggest amount of the time frame when this crisis we can expect. So the earliest is early 30th, like 32, 33. And I would say it can appear, the signs of this crisis could appear up to 50 years old. Because in different resources you can hear different numbers. I take just the biggest, and that's what I would say, that lately you can see this crisis at the older and older age. Actually, there are probably 5 crises which we can scientifically proven crises which can expect during the life. First crisis in when a child just was born, just appearance at this world is first crisis. Then about 3 years old, when the child start to separate herself from the mother, when he speaks about no, myself, I'm doing it by myself. Then puberty age crisis from 11 to 17, 12 to 16, somewhere there. The puberty, the intensity of the crisis is the maximum. So then we're talking about this crisis of midlife crisis, which we're going to talk today about. And then crisis which is connected to the old age, when person realizes that its old age is coming. It's here. If you ask about if everybody experience middle age crisis, I would say no. And we will talk later about why some people experience it, or if the intensity could be very different. And today we are talking only about males. Females have this crisis too, but it's different. The reasons of the crisis are different. The idea of the crisis is different. So we are talking only about males. And I would say we are talking about intensive males midlife crisis. I will name for you the symptoms which you can experience during this crisis. Most of these symptoms Jack showed us in his case. You may experience these symptoms: being depressed and or anxious. You can be irritated or more irritated than usually. It's not norm. Guilt or shame, lack of inspiration, decrease of life interest, like when you experience losing, like, oh, just 2 years ago you were interested in fishing, tennis playing, and right now you just lost all these interests. Comparing yourself to others. Having urges to make something as soon as possible, like, I need to do it right now, tomorrow will be too late. Feeling that you have no time for doing errors, like, I need to make everything correctly right now. I don't have time for making errors. I will be talking about 3 main reasons of a male midlife crisis. First, as a reason of midlife crisis is lack of good care of the body, just unhealthy lifestyle. If you are sick, if you do not feel good, it's very possible that you will be experiencing the midlife crisis. Second reason, it is on the mind level, and it is about having expectations and frustrations because you haven't achieved the things you were expecting to achieve to the certain age, and failure to achieve it. Like when you feel like you failed to achieve certain things. We perfectly can see this in Jack's case. In males' midlife crisis, it is very much connected when you expect certain things to achieve to certain age and do not achieve this. This is one of the main reasons of the crisis. When you are 20 years old and usually full of energy and in good physical shape, and you see yourself later at your 40s, and you see yourself as a successful businessman with loving, beautiful woman as a partner, and driving the best Mercedes, and the homeowner of 5 houses, very often 20 years old, in great physical shape, thinking, oh, I will take care of myself, be in great shape, and then you see extra 100 pounds, frustration, right? I was expecting this, and here I am. One house is not paid, kicked out from the job. In Jack's situation, he retired, but very often kicked out from the job, not achieved a boss position, always having bosses. Somebody got into prison and recently released from the prison. Maybe somebody are in the prison. You know, all things expected, certain things, was full of energy, expecting this, and here I am, sitting by myself with a beer on the couch, fat. Yes, there are the reasons of having this. What is it leading to? All these things are leading to depression. I wanted to become a famous actor, and instead of this, I'm in the prison. How does it appear in our mind, these expectations, originally? So, of course, from childhood, from original family. Usually, parents have certain expectations from a child and do not see and read the interests and talents of the child. For example, child is a good painter, good artist. Parents completely do not see this. Usually parents do not believe that child will be making money on this, but father just believes that son should be a soccer player, and that's how money should be done. Parents start to set the goals for the child, and child first forget about own interests, forget about own talents, or maybe never even understanding that he has these talents. And that's how he originally starts to learn not having results and being unsuccessful in something. Okay, the child don't have talent to play soccer and don't have interest, but father makes him to be interested, and that's how he learns that he cannot even achieve anything in the soccer. And then it's like repetition of the same things, over and over and over, the same scenario. Then child picks up the wrong college, and maybe he doesn't want to go to college, and no success, very like in the middle, hardly finishing this college, then he learns already to do something what he's not interested in, and being all the time just frustrated. He never even understood how it is. He's good in this, and he's good and talented in this, and he can achieve results there. He doesn't know how to do this because from the original family it was very suppressed there. So it is from early childhood learned idea, and person takes it as an own idea to achieve results in certain things what you have no talents and you have no interest in. Sometimes not even any qualities to have success in that. When you do things which you do not like, you work at the wrong place you don't like, you chosen the profession you don't like, you live with a partner you originally didn't like, because you have to get married, because you had to have kids. More of the things you are not satisfied, more of the things you are doing you do not like, and you didn't like, and you got involved in doing that, the more intense your crisis is. And next reason to have the crisis is to compare yourself to others. This is what we see as an inner voice. In Jack's case, we can see fully that. Any ideas of Michael is better, Michael's car is better, Michael's house is better, These are all just bringing you into crisis. What to do with all this? Number one is start to take care of the body if you still do not do this. And usually midlife crisis is connected to this point, like, okay, when you prior 40, you can still look good just because you are young. 40 is the critical point when you can see, actually, like almost in the mirror, you can see yourself, you are living healthy or not. With the good metaphor is the car. You cannot expect your car to bring you somewhere if it's not working perfectly, if it doesn't have a wheel, or it didn't have an oil change. You need to do this first. Having expectations to come to a therapist, counselor, your mental health specialist, coming there and having expectations that it can get fixed, but when you do not take care of your body, it's actually the wrong idea. It won't work. For example, you work with your counselor, you leave the session and you feel good for next half hour. If you do not invest time and resources into your health and into your body by physical exercises, I'm mostly talking at this moment physical exercises, it won't work. You need to have two aspects covered: mental health, mind, and the body, at least. I'm not even talking here about spirits. It's completely other level, which is important too. But here is body and mind. If you do not take care of your body each day on the regular basis, if you do not do your cardio and exercising on, like, body need to feel strong to be able to handle all the crises. If body is weak like this, you cannot handle that. To handle things, body need to be strong. And from the body, your mind becoming strong too. First, body, you need to have a good basis, good foundation to hold everything. If asking about what are the best exercising things, cardio, of course, each day, and yoga. And when you are asking about yoga, just pick up for just masculine types of yoga, right? And we're talking about hatha yoga, and just pick up masculine types. If you are worrying about how your body is going to look and you are worrying about to make it physical. Sometimes people are talking about, oh, I went to therapist and we did already 10 sessions and it doesn't help. This therapist doesn't help, or this therapy doesn't help. It won't help if you do not invest time in your body. It can just shortly, you can have by the mind, you can start to realize things, but if you do not hold it in strong body, that it's better to have something, but to make it work, it needs to be the combination of things. You need to work on everything. I see very often people at this age, 40, in the beginning of 40s, 45, 35, taking medications, blood pressure medications. This is usually males are coming with high blood pressure. These all are symptoms: extra weight, high blood pressure, the eyes, the color of the eyes, yellow, red, you feel depressed, you feel always tired, regular pains. This is not like normal. If you experience this at your 40s on the regular basis, it's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be a healthy person. And you can normalize, everybody can normalize. It's never late, 50, 60 years old, never late to start to pay attention to this. I hope this, I know that it's like this lecturing, it's just stupid talking over and over, but it is very important. And what I'm trying to say, it's pointless to do only counseling. It is, if you do both on the regular basis, just stand up strongly for yourself, because you are the part of this crisis, and start to invest time in yourself, in taking care of the body, in organizing how you eat, in organizing your time, your schedule, this what can help. And plus doing mental health work. This combination would work always. It's just only about amount of work. If you ran for 1 week and did 2 sessions on mental health, no, if it doesn't work, it's okay. If it doesn't work, it means that just do more on the regular basis. Sorry, I'm talking about this this long because I wanna try to just put a seed there, how it is important. I see right now many people just close the eyes, and mostly in American culture here, I see the doctors are closing eyes, and many doctors are overweight, and it's okay to have a high blood pressure at 40 years old. No, it's not okay. It needs to be addressed, and it need to have the whole structure how you are working on that, because high blood pressure, overweight, and stress and being depressed, these are all our symptoms, and they could be symptoms of this midlife crisis. That's what I'm trying to say, and you can be the person who change all this. And there are about physical exercising, I divide people on 2 groups. So some people, they understand from the early childhood, some people learn it from family, people who used through the whole life to take care of the body, to on the regular basis do physical exercises. And some people are intellectualizing and these people do not understand by the body from the beginning. For some reasons they do not understand. These people usually describe themselves are like, oh, I prefer, instead of running, I prefer to lay on the couch, and I prefer to, you just like to run and I don't. Like they tell, I don't want to do what I don't like. For this category of people, it is important, just look around and see there are not too many happy people. And it is important to learn in the beginning, if you do not take care of your body, if you do not do physical activities, there are no reasons for endorphins to appear in your body, in your brain. The body have to produce them somehow, and there are no ways other than doing physical activities on the regular basis. So you need to learn this first. Then by exercising to prove to your body and to yourself that yes, in the beginning it's forcing self. And sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years, but then you can get into that category of people which are just by the body understand that. And how this first category of people would say, oh, I just have to do this I feel strong, and I feel strong when I exercise each day on the regular basis, and that's how I can handle all the things. Cardio, exercising each day. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Sorry for this little long lecture. I had to say that. Okay, so what do we do with reason of the crisis, which is about expectations and frustration when you do not achieve certain things to the certain age? It is important to find what are your interests and where in which area of life you really experience happiness, which is producing for you. Where are you good in? You good in fishing, you are good in fixing cars, you are good in singing. Where are you good in? And start to do this. Understand this, find yourself. It doesn't matter, again, you are a middle-age crisis, so we're talking about 30s, you're 30s, 40 years old. It doesn't matter when, but you need to find the area where you are successful, which brings you, when you are doing this and you are not exhausted in the end, like you are doing the full day of this something, you are singing the full day. It doesn't matter if it produces money for you or not, or what, but you enjoy this, you are doing this fully, you live fully, it's filling you in. This is what you need to find, and this is what is the most important to do to avoid this crisis and live fully and happy. What brings you power? What brings you energy? It's possible to find, and at any time, even though we learned all of us, we have this experience from our childhood, not be able to access this. This crisis is for finding, be able to, the crisis, the more intense the crisis, the more it shows you, no, you are living, something is not correct in your life. Change this. And the signs that you are on correct way, on the right way, are when you have this inspiration, when you start to feel, oh my God, this is inspiring me, reading is inspiring me. And the signs when you are doing something and then you are completely drained, you feel like you were not even doing anything and you are drained. Of course, these are the signs that there is something what you are doing from that learned from childhood behavior on achieving the success in the things which you are not interested in, and maybe you not having any qualities for doing that. And third thing what to do, it's about comparing yourself to others. It is about awareness and just noticing these things. When you start to hear this inner dialogue, start to hear this inner voice is, oh, look at Michael, he has this and he has this car and he already paid his house and he has already done this and he's already married and this people already have 2 kids and I have only 1, or I do not have 1. It can be non-stop. You always, and the thing here, you won't be ever able to achieve that point that you are higher in something than somebody else. There will be always people who are ahead of you. First thing is, what is the most important? Just to notice, okay, this voice appeared again. Who is this? Michael is better than you. So stop this. Just force yourself to stop this inner dialogue. The questions for this inner dialogue could be, for example, the voice is, look at Michael, Michael is much better. So does this help me? No. I don't want to have this inner conversation. Stop it. Instead of this, what I am interested in right now, what I am good in. By the way, comparing ourselves to others, of course, is learned behavior from our childhood. Of course, usually parents are telling, look at him, look at her, she's better, they are better. And we learn in the family that father is better. So these are learned behavior from childhood. Bring it to the counseling sessions or work yourself. It can be controlled. And also what is important for me to say, just remember please that crisis is always a sign of there is something wrong. There is nothing bad in the crises. Crises, just look at the countries, look at the history of the countries, of people. Crisis is always bringing you to changes. It's trying to close one door and open another door. The main thing it is showing, its crisis is, I don't like something. I wanna changes. Summary. There are 3 main reasons of male midlife crisis. First one is on the body level, and it is the lack of care of the body. It's not enough taking care of the body. On the mind level, 2 reasons are expectations, and when you do not meet your expectations, then it is frustration that you haven't achieved what you were expecting yourself to achieve. And the third one is comparing yourself to others. So what to do with this shortly is physical activity, healthy lifestyle. On the mind level is searching and finding things which you are really interested in and not being involved in the things which you are not interested in. Finding things which you are interested in, which provide you inspiration and brings you energy, and excluding things you are working on which are draining you, which you do not like. Excluding from your daily routine comparing yourself to others. I'm working in Monterey, California. I work online also. I work individually and I do groups. You can find all information on my website. Thank you for watching. Namaste.